The word felt loud, impossibly loud, even though I could tell it was spoken quietly. This time I shot straight up in bed, my eyes wide open. That hadn't come from the hallway or another room. That had come from inside our room. From the corner, near the little kitchenette. Did you, ahem? Did you hear that? I stammered. Pam didn't answer, but I could feel her sitting up beside me. I reached for the light switch on the wall behind the bed, fumbling in the dark. I flicked it up and down several times, but nothing happened. Of course the fucking lights weren't working. Shit, I muttered, reaching for my phone on the nightstand. My hands were shaking as I felt around for it, knocking over my Kindle and almost sending my water bottle crashing to the floor. Where the hell was my phone? That's when I heard it. A whisper, so quiet I almost missed it. Help me. The voice was raspy, like someone who'd been screaming for hours until their throat was raw. But it wasn't coming from outside anymore, or from the hallway. It was coming from the corner of our room, maybe 10 feet away from where we were sitting on the bed. My blood went cold. Someone was in here. With us. I finally found my phone and fumbled with the flashlight. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold it steady, but when the light came on, I saw something that made my stomach drop. There was a dark shape in the corner. Tall, but hunched over, standing perfectly still. I couldn't make out any details, just a human-shaped shadow that seemed to absorb the light from my phone rather than reflect it. I wanted to scream, to run, to do something, but I couldn't move. My whole body felt frozen, like if I made even the slightest noise, whatever was standing there would notice me. My heart was beating so loud, I was sure it could hear it. The shape started to move. Slowly. It felt as if time was being suspended, but also flying by, but also running out. I turned my head slightly to look at Pam, desperate to see if she was seeing this too, if she had any idea what we should do. What I saw made everything worse. Pam was sitting up in bed, but her body was facing away from me while her head was turned toward me, at an impossible angle. Like someone had grabbed her head and twisted it around without moving her shoulders. Her eyes were wide open, but they weren't her normal brown eyes. They were white. Completely white, like someone had painted over them. The only thing I could see clearly in the darkness were those horrible white eyes, staring right at me. Then her mouth started to open. Slowly. Wider and wider. Until her jaw was hanging open further than any human mouth should be able to go. The white glow from her eyes cast just enough light for me to see into her mouth, and it looked like it went on forever. Just darkness stretching back into nothing. Then everything went black. When I woke up, it was morning. I could hear traffic outside. Normal sounds, normal light. I sat up in bed, my head pounding like I had the worst hangover of my life. Pam was already awake, sitting on the edge of the bed with her back to me, brushing her hair. My hair is such a mess, she said without turning around. You were talking in your sleep all night. Bad dreams? Yeah, I guess, I said. My throat felt raw, like I'd been screaming. I had this really weird nightmare. Must have been some nightmare, she said, still not turning around. You kept saying help me over and over. But the weird thing is... She finally turned to face me, and her eyes were completely white again. I wasn't asleep either.